Series on the back of 2 defeats. What about St Helens? Their final match before facing Sydney Roosters was at Salford on Thursday. Dave Woods saw this one.
Tommy Lee. Dobson who's going to put it high here. Jack Owens underneath the ball. Oh, it's bounced off his chest. Dobson has it back again. Another set of 6. The advantage play. The kick from Dobson. And the finish by Greg Johnson. Wow, quick thinking, wonderful execution by Michael Dobson. Lee scuttering away, bringing it back in the middle. Robert Louis looking for runners. Finds some real enthusiasm in this Salford line at the moment. Lee again, and Kopchak will barge his way over. Yes, it's given. 2 tries for Salford. What a start.
Yeah, we're all good. Ball in.
So Dobson feeding the scrum. Out it comes. Louis with a little dummy and slides away past Thompson. And Robert Louis skidding in. What about this from Salford in the opening 20 minutes? They're running away with it. Robert Louis on his home debut, just pushing off Luke Thompson rather too easily, and too much pace for the rest of them. Well, Paul Wellens is breathing fire. Go on, Salford is the cry from the Salford fans. They can't believe what they're watching at the moment, but you'd expect a response from St Helens. Here's the youngster, the young Welsh international Knowles, out from dummy half, and Wormsley, who's made such a difference since he's come on the field, has found a way to score. And St Helens do have their response.
Ball in. Out.
Louis. St Helens again having to be sharp here. Oh, that's been stolen away from Murdoch Masilla, and he and Lou Walsh. He smiles at the end from Walsh. I think he looked at the size of Masilla and said, you can have your penalty. So Dobson with another 2 points here, and Salford remain very much in control. It's Turner. 6 tackle coming up, so Walsh will put it high here. Where's this coming down? Carney. Oh, Carney's taken it very well, and Carney's off on his troubles here. Carney twists away from one, dummies past Walsh. Carney's still going. Wonderful stuff from Carney. Eventually dragged down, but it's Evalds. And he too is tackled desperately by Makinson. But Salford defending at one end and going the other. Louis. And it's all going to end. It's all going to end with a professional foul from Luke Walsh. And he is sin bin for 10 minutes. Well, absolutely sensational from Salford. Played by Griffin. Josh Griffin. Here's Louis again, travelling well. Masilla, Murdoch Masilla down that right-hand side. Carney looking unstoppable. Inside for Evalds. Salford are unstoppable. Running riot tonight. It's as good as it's been in the last few years. And he, the man on the left, has had an influence. Louis again down this right-hand side. Every time it goes down this right-hand side, Salford presenting real danger. Carney, Louis, left foot step, Robert Louis, second of the night. Well, no wonder he's grinning, and no wonder he's celebrating. Well, they're having to have a look at this again.
Just make sure he's actually gone past the man before he goes behind him.
The obstruction here. Yeah, I think he's gone past the man, hasn't he? And Robert Louis did the rest. Try confirmed. Salford are irrepressible. Tompkins switching it right. Little pat, but it went backwards. So a search inside by Evalds. Not just the new players for Salford tonight who've shone. Some of the established Salford players have put on a good show, including this fella, Adam Wall, reaching over and touching down. The party continues at the AJ Bell Stadium.
Go, two.
Tompkins. Snap back on the inside by Kopchak, this time dealt with by the St Helens defence. Tompkins wants to get on a roll here, get things moving again. Dobson with a little dummy, finds a gap on the inside. The St Helens defence is embarrassed again. Scoring at will at times. Walmsley, spun back Walsh. Left it goes, that's a very good pass, and Adam Swift will finish a very good try. But those moments have been few and far between for St Helens tonight. Percival taking it in, Warnes across to make the tackle. Well, there's something amiss here. Oh, and Percival is clearly injured here, and if things weren't bad enough for St Helens, if this is a bad one for Mark Percival, this is a night they will certainly want to forget. You can see the anguish on his face, and Percival limping off is just about the last thing that Kieran Cunningham would have wanted to see. Robert Louis with a delicate little kick, and finished by Niall Evalds. Well, icing on the cake for Salford. What a night they've had tonight. Disastrous for St Helens, but wonderful, wonderful stuff from Salford.
John, we will get to you in a moment, but we should pay tribute to Salford. That was a really impressive performance from them, wasn't it?
Oh, they were hot. They started well. They've been beaten. You can see there's a clear hunger there and an aggression and a willingness to do well and as a team. And I think the start of the game...
Is that the key, as a team? Because Ian Watson said that a lot of what they talked about in pre-season was being a team, not being individuals.
Well, I think it's the key to the game this year. I think you'll find that the teams that play as a team will go the furthest, and it was just so obvious that right from the kick-off, and looking at the other side of things, I don't know what Johnny's going to say, but it just, once you get into one of those situations where you're not quite there mentally at the start of a game and things are starting to go, you just can't flick a switch and turn that around. And I think Kieran himself, I'm not too sure, said that there was a bit of an attitude failure, I think, and that's hard to accept at the start of the year, but it's understandable when a team from the week before have been clobbered themselves a little bit at Hull, and then they've got a real determination to put it right. And I think I'm right in saying that Saints had beaten Huddersfield the week before, so there's an element of confidence. We're growing, we're into round two, and I just think you've got to get your troops ready really quick.
It plays a part, I think. We were coming at the game from different angles. I certainly felt they were hungrier than us. Their attitude and their attention to detail with the defensive processes was just far superior to ours. Our performance wasn't acceptable, you know, for a St Helens team at round two of the Super League season, and we've done some serious talking this week about what's the standard at our club and the standard set by the people who've pulled on that jersey over years, and we were so far off that it was untrue. But
don't take anything away from Salford. I thought Salford were hot as well.
Robert Louis looks a very good signing for them, doesn't he?
He can do a bit of everything, can't he? So he can run the ball. He's got excellent distribution skills, but he got a real threat outside him in Ben Murdoch-Masala, who they've signed, and they utilised him well all night, as well as short kicking game to build some pressure.
He knew when to build pressure, didn't he? And he knew when to take the line on. And with any halfback, if you're a threat as a runner as well, it creates doubt in the defence's mind. He didn't quite get through there, but still causes the Saints' defence with the ricochet a few problems. And we see him highlighted here, and he can find a pass, and he's a great support player. He starts this move, and Carney obviously coming back on the inside, and who's there with this outrageous, I think it's this outrageous left foot step. It's like a hop, skip and a jump, but he can beat people, and early on in the season, unless you know what this guy's about, he's going to cause some damage.
It must be quite hard to be told you're complacent. That's what was the word that Kieran used.
Yeah, and I think Brian was spot on. We had two sides who came at that from a different point. We'd played very well against Huddersfield. Yeah. Salford had been, beaten heavily by Hull. If I'm really honest, I think we fell in love with ourselves, and I think Salford attacked us and were more hungry than we were. And that's not acceptable from my perspective as captain of the club, so we're going to work hard on that over the coming weeks.
Don't forget to follow the World Club Series with us.